To start off the video, we made a trade for Cedric Beckham, a wide receiver that we're going to convert to a fullback for a future 4th and 6th round pick. All right, it's time to kick back, relax, and let's get into this Seahawks franchise video. Again, what I'd love to hear most is your guys' comments about the series so far. Again, just let me know if you have any suggestions for, certain players we should be picking up, what we should be doing in free agency, who we should be looking at in the draft. I'd love to hear all of it for real. That's what I enjoy the most, is the interaction with this franchise. So with that being said, let's go through a couple of things. The first thing is the mock draft for this week. So Justin Kendricks is a top 5 projection. The weird thing here that I noticed, because I've already looked at this, is so we got Brian Evans, also a top 5. He's a left tackle. Michael Newkirk is a right tackle. He's in the top 5. And then we have Calvin Harris, a cornerback, in the top 5. And then there's a 5th player that's supposed to be a top 5 projection, and he is not even in the first round, and that player is Dalton Hall, the quarterback. It's kind of strange seeing one of the top 5 projection players this early, only in the second week or in the third week, not even being in the first round projections. Doesn't really make any sense to me. I'm not sure why he would have slid that far. One thing that's kind of funny, though, is that Zach Stewart, a Penn State running back, is a high first-round projection going to the Giants, which is kind of funny because, he is a great athlete, but it's just kind of like, don't you already have Saquon Barkley? We need another. Let's see. He actually looks like he might be a receiving back. You already have. You want another Penn State running back? Yeah, he's got B medium route, so he looks like, or he's got F injury though. It's not great. We're going to very quickly skim through the halfback class. And the reason being, we really don't need a halfback. We already have Charbonnet, we have Kenny McIntosh, and obviously we have Ken Walker, who's our number 1 running back. And the running back class is not seeing anything that's really jumping out to me. You have one round 1 projection, and then a bunch of, well, actually, only one other round 1 to 2 projection. That's Dylan Dorsett. And then going down, we got a couple of round 2 to 3s, 3 to 4s. And, we'll look deeper at this later on, maybe. But really, we already have our power back, we have our elusive back, and we have a receiving back. So there's really not much of a need. They are all young running backs, too, that are under contract for the next couple of years at least. So just a quick overview of the running backs available in this draft class. And again, we'll look deeper at this when their ratings are a little bit more visible, but for the time being, there's nothing that we can really glean from the running back class unless we see something like out of this world, like some crazy high 40 time, or like crazy low, or if we see like some giant running back, but nothing is really popping out so far. All right, we got a forecast for heavy rain, and we're playing in Seattle at least it's not in Green Bay, but that means it's probably going to suck to pass the ball. We're at 3 TDs and 1 pick so far with Geno, and we really don't want to chance it. So we're going to focus more on rushing the football. And I think 150 rushing yards is something that, right now we're averaging 80 rushing yards with Ken Walker. Could we get to 150? Possibly, but it might be a little bit of a stretch. But again, we're going to try to avoid those turnovers with Geno Smith. And then Cedric Beckham, we picked him up. We traded for him, and we moved him to fullback from wide receiver. He has an upgrade. We're going to upgrade him as a utility fullback. And so Spencer is going to be playing a lot still as our fullback primarily. He has a couple of catches on the season that have been huge. He had that 170-yarder last week for a touchdown. But boosting the carrying, ball carrier vision, catching, and impact blocking for Cedric Beckham gets him up to a 70 overall. We need to be really careful with our cap room. So we have 40 mil in cap, and we have Julian Love and Quandre Diggs. Both of our starting safeties need to be renegotiated for their contracts, and each of them want about 7 mil in total per year. That's about 14, right? And then we also have Brandon Scherf here, who wants 10 mil for a year. So that's going to be about 24 mil if we also retain him. And then do we have anyone else that's going to be a big contract? We have a bunch of small contracts that are going to add up and probably eat up into a lot of the cap. But I think we can re-sign all of the key pieces. We have a lot of veteran defensive ends that we signed as mentors. Like Anthony Barr, as a coverage linebacker. But then we got Chandler Jones, Brandon Graham, and Robert Quinn all coming up. And each of them wants, 4 or 5 mil. And we're not going to be able to give all of them what they want. Probably only to be able to retain 1 or 2 of them. Spencer's contract is coming up. And then Charles Cross, we just need to accept his 5th-year option. And it looks like, for his 5th-year option, it looks like it's going to be 18 mil. So I think we could probably only keep Charles Cross, Spencer, and then our safeties and maybe Brandon Scherf, and Cedric Beckham. I don't know that we can retain any of these other players if it's going to cost 18 mil to accept this option. And again, if you were curious why we didn't do any re-signings this week, it's because we're only in week 2, and again, we don't have a lot of flexibility with the cap, so we want to make sure that we kind of keep the window open as long as possible and kind of get a general idea of who we can keep and who we can't. Because Charles Cross, we're not going to be able to accept his option until the end of the year. And then trying to make our first tackle, Rudd, the running back for the Packers, goes down after 5. And so I'm kind of surprised not to see Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon. You have to check the depth chart here, see who was adjusted for. Trenton Simpson tried to play over the middle, but going to be the first completion for Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs. All right, we're playing more of our big nickel lineup right now because we have Trenton Simpson playing the nickel spot. We have Christian Patterson in along with Devin Bush. Christian Patterson comes in, sheds the block, comes down, and gets the tackle on Nichols. And so Aaron Jones is out with injury, and then A.J. Dillon was lost in free agency. So the primary running back for them is going to be Rudd, and then Nichols is going to be kind of like the spellback. Another run outside. We don't make it there with Patterson, but we do get the tackle. Chandler Jones going down with an injury, which you hate to see, but we do have a lot of depth at defensive end. He has been the leading sack. I was going to say the leading sacker for us. I mean, he's been the leading player in sacks for our team. And so definitely hurts to lose him. Play action. We're coming through immediately. Devin Bush gets the sack. They were not ready for it. Running play action, and the running back wasn't set to block, so that was probably the only chance they had to get a pass off, and instead we sack Jordan Love, and we're going to get the football back very quickly. And again, this is another team we should beat. Packers are rebuilding. Lock on the return. Not going to take it out for much. Down at the 26. Gino coming out with the offense as always. And again, obviously last week he had a fantastic performance. 3 touchdowns. Dislocated elbow for Chandler Jones, so hopefully that's not a long-term injury. Again, it's supposed to start raining. It's not raining right now. We committed to running the football. I mean, I'm not too worried about committing to it if it's not actually running. Oh, shedding the block immediately. Walker only picks up 1 yard. Head and screen worked pretty well for us on week 1, I believe. Noah Fant, see if we can get him again. He's got to release it, though. And it looked like he was engaged in a block, and he got shoved to the ground, so that play got completely, blown up. Now it's going to be 3rd and 9. Tyler Lockett, I like him to get open on the crosser, but I'm not sure that the corner is going to bite on it. We're going to send it over the top. We don't have a lot of time. We got to see if JSN can make a play. Instead, it's going to be knocked away by Eric Stokes. And we're going to have to punt. One thing that's a bummer is we haven't had Kenya Porter in a lot, but right now we're playing in base 3-4, and he is in, and can't shed the block. Christian Patterson comes over, helps make the tackle on Rudd, and it's going to be 3rd and short. And because we're not too worried about their actual passing game, they got some very pedestrian wide receivers, I feel like. We're going to come out in base 3-4 again. Got to hope that Christian Patterson's coverage holds up. We're here over the middle. Jordan Love can't make the completion to Luke Musgrave, and we force a punt once again with this defense. All right, starting from the 50-yard line. Gonna run a counter out of strong and see if we can catch the defense off balance. And we beat one. Juking back inside. Ken Walker gets a block, and Ken Walker is so shifty. He takes it all the way for the touchdown. This is the big play explosiveness that we've missed in the running game for all of last season, and it is finally back, and God, it is so much fun to play with Ken Walker on the team. One thing we absolutely have to do, though, we're coming out in nickel, by the way, is we have to get Ken Walker to Superstar X Factor. Can you imagine how ridiculously good he would be if he even had Superstar Dev? He still only is at regular Star Dev. Jordan Love escaping out, trying to get a strip, but Love dives down for a 2-yard gain. Don't feel like we should have to spy against Love. I feel like just regular pressure should do. Only picked up 2 yards on that play, and we were in coverage with that linebacker, too. Or, sorry, with Trenton Simpson. He's not a linebacker anymore. Throwing it over the top. He beats the zone coverage. We can't get there. Julian Love got beat a little bit there, but really the post route just kind of beat our coverage, and Devin Witherspoon wasn't in there on the play either. We're going to try bringing a man blitz. We're going to bring Simpson off the edge. We're going to drop Patterson into coverage. We're watching over the middle. And instead, Devin Bush makes a tackle on, I believe that's Nichols. Yeah, they're coming out in I form. We're in nickel again, and so we are outmanned a little bit in the running game. I'm going to call a timeout, actually. I was going to say let's bring the big boys out, but they decided to change their mind, try to catch us off guard again by coming out in with a 3-receiver set. Devin Bush coming over, trying to shed the block. Quandre can't make the tackle. Neither can Treaquel. And Nichols gets into the end zone for a touchdown, tying the game up. We're going to give Ken Walker another opportunity to run the football because, again, we said we were going to do it. So far, it's been wildly successful, so why change the formula? We're going to toss out to the right, and yeah, that motion zone toss, I don't know if I like it or not. The blocks just never seem to really line up, and a lot of these toss plays aren't really great either. A lot of the outside blockers aren't really great. Rashawn Gary is an X factor. Could try a play action, try to pretend like we're committing to the running game. Oh, a bad ball. Oh my god. I mean, that was just a terrible pass. Gino trying to get there, trying to get the tackle. They come down at the 3-yard line. And Rasul Douglas gets the interception. I don't know, just try. We really just forced it there. Should have just thrown it away. Should have lived to see another down, but we just wanted a completion so bad. We wanted it so bad, and it hurt us. And so we're going to come out in nickel, even though they're in a 4-receiver set. They're in empty. But yeah, no, just shooting ourselves in the foot there. Because you just got to just get rid of it sometimes. Jordan Love coming over, and a sack coming from Trenton Simpson. Playing coverage while dropping on Jordan Love. I mean, just, again, love that speed. Love that athleticism. No pun intended. Single back. Trenton Simpson comes in, blows it up along with Christian Patterson, forcing 3rd and goal. If we can hold him to a field goal, that would be huge, considering they started at our 3. Coming out in gun again. Should assume this is going to be a pass play. We've blown up the run so far. Jordan Love looking to pass. We're watching the slants. Nothing's really there. Jordan Love just throws it away. We were all over everything. There was nothing there. And we got very lucky we held him to a field goal. All right, starting out in the second quarter. Going to try to be more efficient with passing the football. It'll always be the goal. Tyler Lockett got his man in the corner. Oh, my God. That was a bad angle. You know, it's now 0 for 4 to begin. Drummond played it really well. He's a rookie safety. Both of their safeties are actually rookies. This looks like it's man coverage, and it's actually going to be zone, but McIntosh gets the first down pickup. Lucas Van Ness is injured on the play. I like Fant to get open on this play on the quick out. See if he actually does. And, ooh, we got to throw it away. Rashawn Gary is right there, ready to get the sack. And Gino's 0 for 5 to begin. Yeah, we're looking at the wide receiver screen. We got 2 DBs on the right side, so this should be there. See if we can get it off. Lockett gets a good block from Metcalf, and he goes down for a 6-yard pickup. And that's the first completion for Geno Smith, and a little bit of a freebie just to get him going, you know. It's kind of like, you know, shooting a basketball, just trying to get one to go in so you just see it. Just get a completion so we know that you can actually do it. Okay, switching to an inside zone. I don't love it. Don't have a huge advantage on it. Said we're going to run this, and I'm looking for Fant. It's not there. We got Lockett on the outside. Lockett's got to hold on to it as a contested catch, but he made it. He's been consistently making some tough catches for us as of late, especially, you know, with a DB all over him. Doing a great job. He's always had solid hands. He's one of the best catchers of the football in the game. Ken Walker on the screen, picks it. I don't know why I said picks it. He grabbed it and took it for 5 yards. We're bringing Sheldon Daniels in for a play. Gonna see what he can do. Just a design quarterback run up the middle. And set us back. Lost a yard on the play. Trying to just give him a little confidence. Let him get a little bit of, you know, playing time, a little bit of game action. And that didn't work out. Not going to get any confidence from losing yards on the run, but at least he didn't fumble. That's a lot better than, you know, a turnover. JSN has seen very few touches. We're going to see if he can get open on the short outs. Not really there. Gino running up the middle, sliding down for the first down pickup. A very heady, smart, veteran play. Here's something you don't usually see. We got DK Metcalf in the backfield. He's going to run an inside zone. I want to see what this looks like. Metcalf on the carry, breaks a tackle, picks up 5 on the play. Now, you know, why wouldn't we run that more? I think the main reason why is we don't want to risk by far our best wide receiver on the team getting injured. I wouldn't say by far, I guess, actually. Tyler Lockett is pretty great, but we just can't risk the injury. McIntosh on the carry, breaks a tackle, picks up the first down. Got a read option, got McIntosh in again. Just reading what Rashawn Gary is doing on the outside. He's going to stay. We're giving it off to McIntosh. McIntosh has got some room. The running game has been really effective. I mean, we could just run it the whole time. But we do want to make sure that our receivers stay in the game. Stay locked in. I give Metcalf a chance on the outside one-on-one because it's a one-on-one over the top. Metcalf, oh, damn, it was so inaccurate. If it was a better ball, Metcalf catches that over the top because it was cover 2 defense. The DB just let him go. Didn't even really press him. Should have been a freebie. 2nd and 10. No turnovers, no turnovers. Throwing it underneath. Lockett can't hold on to it. Again, 30 passing yards in the half so far is abysmal. It's just not, it's simply not good enough. Let's see. Lockett. Oh, we get hit on the throw. At best, it was going to be an incompletion most likely anyways. We're going to go ahead and take the field goal. Okay, we got Kenya Porter in again. This time we're bringing a man blitz. We got people on the outside. Hopefully we can get in quickly. It could be a run play. It's an RPO, it looks like. And over the middle, Musgrave gets open on Devin Bush. Witherspoon with the tackle as well. Jordan Love now 4 for 6 for 100 yards. So each completion has been for 25 yards on average. Come out and cover 3 again. See if we can get some pressure. I'd love to see that. And it's a run instead up the middle. Jamie Collins coming in for the tackle. And really, we should definitely retire the number 54. It looks really weird with Jamie Collins wearing that number now that Bobby's not on the team. We're going to come out and cover 2. They have like a cover 2 beater set up right now, so it's a little bit worrying. And, oh, just threading the needle. Jordan Love did a good job on that pass. All right, we're trying to match. They got 4 receivers in the field and empty, and we're coming out nickel. Players dropping back into coverage. Can we come in and pick that off? No, we can't force the incompletion either. We were all over it. But we still give up 7 yards on the play. I was hoping that Quandre would be a little more aggressive and trying to cut that pass off to Musgrave. 2nd and 3. Could see a run here with Lou Nichols. Just running regular cover 3 again. For the middle. Oh, Devin Bush can't make a play on it. Dobbs with the catch. And Trenton Simpson brings him down. At the 9-yard line. Jordan Love's now 7 for 9. I would like to make him feel more uncomfortable in the pocket. He seems to have plenty of time to do what he wants. He's scrambling outside when given the opportunity. And Devin Bush playing over the middle again. Underneath. Doing the exact same thing he did with Musgrave. Catching it again. It's going to be 3 tight ends. We're going to call a timeout, actually. All right, we're blowing anything up that's coming through the middle. I have to believe it's going to be a run. And to the fullback, he's brought down immediately. Zach Tom gets injured on the play. Did a great job in shutting that down. Still, they're in sort of a heavy set. Have to still think it's probably going to be a run play. We're not committing to it. And it is up the middle. Oh, my God. Larry Rudd gets in for the touchdown. And the Packers take a late lead to end the first half. Who got beat on this by Rudd? Because Rudd got tackled in the backfield. It was Draymond Jones, I believe. So our number 1 D tackle, number 1 run stopper, gets stiff-armed to the ground. I can't believe it. All right, 30 seconds remaining. We're just going to go into half, but we are going to run it once or twice, see if Ken Walker can break anything. Because, like I said, he is a home run hitter. He can technically break something off. Ken Walker breaks a tackle. Gonna run it once more. Let the clock run a little bit more too. We got 1 safety coming down, so only have 1 high safety. So if we did actually pass the linebackers, we just have a one-on-one. We got good blocks coming up the middle. It's a little bit of an arm tackle. Ken Walker goes down. We're gonna use our last timeout. Got McIntosh on a go. We're gonna see if Metcalf can get open one-on-one. And I feel like he did. It's a great ball over the top. Metcalf catches it. He's just got to beat one man. Darnell Savage. He gets into the end zone with only 7 seconds left to snap the ball. No time left on the clock. Just a walk-off, end-of-half touchdown to regain the lead. And that play was also huge because we start the second half with the ball, too. Up by 3. Gonna have McIntosh run it again. Breaking, man, shedding that block immediately. McIntosh is injured on the play, which means that Charbonnet is going to get some PT now. Not sure what that injury is. But at some point, Charbonnet is going to see the field. Going to run it again, this time with Ken Walker. Walker just running into his offensive line, but picking up a couple of yards. Walker averaging 10 yards per carry after that 1 big run earlier in the game. Okay, we got double posts. This has worked earlier with DK. Let's see if JSN can pop open. It's like it's zone coverage. We got JSN, or we got Noah Fant underneath. He's got to break 1 tackle. He can't. And we're going to have to punt, unfortunately. Looks like McIntosh has just got an elbow sprain. He'll probably be fine. So far with our nickel defense, I'm not super thrilled with how everyone's been playing. I've been hoping for some more playmaking out of Trenton Simpson, who's just he's just a really solid tackler. He's pretty solid in the running game. I've been hoping for more from Christian Patterson as well. Simpson coming down. Can't make the tackle. 2nd and 3. Expect a run. Just trying to pick up an easy first down to get the drive going. Still in single back. They're in single back ace. It's actually going to be a pass play. We're watching underneath, and bad ball by Jordan Love. One of the few. Now he's only 9 for 12. Still a really high completion percentage. 3rd and 3. They're in the gun again. We're going to come out and cover 2. See if they actually try to beat it. Watching the short out on the left side, but on the right side is where they actually throw it to. And Musgrave with another first down conversion. And I feel like Musgrave is kind of like his safety net a little bit. Whenever he's in a 3rd down, he's looking for Musgrave pretty consistently. We need to key in on that a little bit more. 1st and 10, a run, try to shed the block, making a great tackle. Great job by Devin Bush on Lou Nichols. And I don't know if you guys know this, but, like the Packers and Seahawks have some interesting history over the years. One of the biggest ones, Patterson can't make the tackle as Jordan Love slides down. Probably the biggest one is the Hail Mary on primetime when, we scored a touchdown on a last-second Hail Mary, but it shouldn't have actually counted. I still think that it was, way overblown. It's because of the hype of Aaron Rodgers. Halfback screen over on the right side, trying to get there with Quandre Diggs, and they just barely pick up the first down with Nichols. And then aside from that, we also got Mike Holmgren, who used to be the head coach for the Packers. I believe he was the head coach. I'm pretty sure he was. He might have been a coordinator. And then we also had Matt Flynn as our starting quarterback before Russell Wilson took over the job. And yeah, Matt Flynn didn't play a single game for us, but he was projected to be the starter before we drafted Russell. And then Russell just kind of took it over in preseason. But yeah, Matt Flynn was supposed to be, a quarterback that was going to be really good, but he was just a backup for Aaron Rodgers. And so he wasn't going to get any PT, playing for the Packers. And then really, I don't know that he ever actually got any playing time for any team because we got rid of him shortly after. It's play action underneath. Nowak makes the tackle on Musgrave. It's going to be 2nd and 10. But yeah, there is some history between the two teams. And then, probably the biggest one that I can't believe I didn't mention was the NFC Championship game, which was one of my favorite moments of all time where we went into overtime off of some crazy plays. Quandre Diggs makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd and short. Rudd averaging 4 yards a carry. But we went into overtime off some crazy plays. We got the ball, and Jermaine Kearse caught a game-winning touchdown in OT to take us to the Super Bowl, where we ultimately lost. So that's the reason why I don't think about it too much when we lost in Super Bowl 49 to the Pats. I kind of feel like we are the Vikings from last year, where all of our games are one-score games, but we're winning all of them. And so there's just a pretty good chance of regression. Ooh, got returned by Gooden. He got stuck on his own teammate, but taking it up to the 30 about. Could have broken it for more, potentially. Yeah, I feel like we're in a lot of one-score games and we come out with the win, but doesn't mean we're always going to come out with the win. Single back ace. Metcalf to get open here. He holds on to it. Metcalf down at the 50-yard line. The only thing I've noticed with our update to our offensive play calling in our playbook is that JSN is not really a big part of the offense with this playbook, it seems like. He's not seeing a lot of touches. Lockett's getting some catches here and there, but it's really kind of funneling just to DK. And then just to Ken Walker, too. Ken Walker is kind of feasting with this playbook. But, really, we're just running the ball more. Ken Walker picks up the first down. Still averaging 10 yards a carry, basically. And another player that hasn't seen much action is Noah Fant. I feel like Fant is mostly a decoy for us. He's not going to be open here. Throwing it underneath. Not really a great ball, but JSN catches it anyways behind him. Got Lockett on bubble. We're looking for that initially, but it looks like Jair is on him. It's going to be man coverage. Nice carry by Walker for 4 yards. Ken McIntosh. I just called him Ken. That's going to get too confusing. Kenny McIntosh, still injured, so we got Kenneth Walker in on this play. Run underneath. Ken Walker holds on to it. That's what we've been working on the entire time he's been injured, catching the football with his hands. I feel like normally, if this was the first year of the franchise, I feel like he doesn't make that. I feel like he drops it. So, progression. I love to see it. We just got to throw this away. Okay, we're going to try one of our goal line plays. Little play action, see if we can get it to Walker. If not, DK might come open. I hate to throw that pass to DK, though, because Ken Walker catches it anyway. It doesn't matter. Ken Walker takes it in for the touchdown. I hate to throw that pass to DK on the crosser because when it gets to the back of the end zone, we've seen before when our receivers will just stop running routes sometimes. Packers are just going all out with, 4 receivers pretty consistently. So now they do have a running back in the backfield, but they still have 4 wide receivers out there. They have no tight end. And so they're trying to get mismatches on us. Devin Bush comes down, forces the incompletion, along with Trenton Simpson playing excellent coverage in cover 3. And it's going to be 2nd and 10, again coming out with the 4 receivers. They just hate tight ends. It's weird because Musgrave has been a big part of them converting on 3rd down, but yeah, it's either they don't have a tight end on the field or they don't have a running back on the field. Watching underneath, and instead Christian Watson catches it. Julian Love with the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and short still. Christian Watson has been kept in check so far. Basically, their star receiver, or at least their #1 option. And they got Nichols in the backfield. I would assume they might be running here on 3rd and inches. It's going to be a pass on the in. Watson is there for the grab and the 1st down pickup. 6.5 minutes remaining. They're trying to be methodical. I can tell. They haven't really taken deep shots against us so far. We've been in cover 3 a lot, though. We're going to go into cover 1 on this play. Watching over the middle. And instead, bad ball by Jordan Love because Dobbs beat Diggs on that play. And that could have been for big yards. 2nd and 10 in the gun once again. Musgrave is on the field. That is who I'm going to be keying in on. That's who I'm watching. To be a carry by Nichols instead, though. A shoelace tackle by Diggs, tripping him. Really, that is actually tripping, though. That should low-key be a penalty. 3rd and 7. They're an empty again. Again, we're sticking on Musgrave. I'm actually going to just man him up straight up. This is the guy that he's consistently looking for on the curl. We're here. Oh, Tariq does a great job batting the ball away at the last second, coming back. And Tariq is just so hard to beat on those types of plays with his length. Pause. 4th and 7. They're going to punt it away with 5.5 minutes remaining, so they think they can get a stop. We'll see if that's the case. I feel like with the way our running game has been working, I feel like we are in no danger of getting stopped if we just consistently run the football. Block it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Recover it. Get to the 1 at least. That was just a horrible play. Horrible play. He kicked it with his foot. We tried to pick it up at the 1-yard line, and he kicked it backwards into the end zone. And I'm pretty sure if the Packers would have recovered it, it would have been a touchdown. Because, yeah, it says it was a fumble. And, yeah, a horrible mishap. It was going down at the 1 anyways, so it's a net 0, but it could have been really bad. Okay. You could try an outside run. I think we got to do it. We got to run it outside. Going back in. Just got to get off of the goal line. We do pick up 2 on the play. We're going to bring Beckham over in motion, and we probably should have Spencer in here because he is the better blocker, although Beckham is not that bad at blocking, even though he's a wide receiver converted to fullback. Bring it up the middle. Ken Walker bounces it back outside. 3rd and inches. Doesn't quite pick up the 1st. That is something that we have to pick up, though. We got to just burn time. And so we are going to move Beckham over to the left, and this is going to basically turn into a dive play. All right, now he's right over there. We got to hope that he can help block Kenny Clark on this play. And we got some space up the middle, easily picking up the 1st down. Thought that would be a lot more difficult because the Packers do have a pretty solid D-line. Looking for the deep shot. It doesn't look like it's going to be there. Got Ken Walker underneath, and just a miscue there. Should have thrown it earlier to Ken Walker, and he was selling his route. When he stopped, we just kind of knew that it wasn't really going to work out. 2nd and 10. It's just unfortunate it was an incompletion because he was just wide open. 2nd and 10, we're going to run to the left. And, Quay Walker comes through immediately. Sets us back. It's going to be 3rd and 13 from the 12-yard line. Coming out in empty. Got Ken Walker on the outside. I want JSN to run a slant. Got to snap it pretty quick here. Got DK underneath. DK trying to dive forward. Gets tackled midair. It's going to be 4th and short. And we will have to punt it away. All right, so the Packers were right. They did end up stopping us, and they started at the 50-yard line. We're going to bring a man blitz because I think we can get Jordan Love in play action again. It's not underneath. Trenton Simpson can't get the pick. He was in perfect position to get a pick 6. He threw it underneath in the flat in man coverage to Dobbs, and Jordan Love wasn't expecting us to play man, I guess, because he threw it immediately, but Trenton Simpson couldn't make him pay. Coming out in the gun once again. No tight end on the field, no Musgrave. You don't got to worry about that. Washington on the in. Over the middle, though. Christian Watson with the catch. Christian Patterson with the tackle. And Watson gets injured on the play, holding his chest, it looks like. And so, missing their #1 target. We got to look for who else they might be targeting with him out. And really, again, #1 thing, we're looking at Musgrave the whole time. Watching the in. Same play, basically. Patterson with the tackle again. 2 minutes remaining. That's going to be the 2-minute warning. Okay, we're coming out in regular base cover 1. We're shifting stuff around. Okay. We're so screwed. We're mixed up in everything. Tariq coming over, trying to make the tackle on Lou Nichols. He breaks 2 tackles, finally goes down. We should have just called a timeout. I didn't want to waste one there in case they do end up scoring, but we made a mistake. We made a mistake. We should have just called it, or just switched to zone if we could have in time, because we were all messed up in our man coverage. Rudd or Ludd, yeah, Rudd. I don't know what it is, dude. Rudd goes down at the 1-yard line. Okay, we got the big boys in. We got Kenya Porter in there. We got Draymond in there. We got our best run stoppers, although we don't have Christian Patterson, it doesn't seem like right now. On the outside, Rudd gets an easy touchdown, and the game is all tied up. It shouldn't be. We should have been able to run the clock out, but we shot ourselves in the foot one too many times. Packers make us pay. And now we got to go put a game-winning drive together. Again, like I said, man, we are consistently in these one-score games, but can we pull out a one-score win? That is the question. All right, oh my God, dangerous ball, dangerous ball. Should have stopped, planted our feet, and made the throw to JSN because he was wide open, but we tried to throw it on the run, and it almost turned into a pick going the other way, and an L. Okay, we try play action. And DK over the... oh, no! DK was wide open. Yeah, we got to convert now. We really hurt ourselves because now we might be punting. We wasted no time. We can't even think about it right now. We got to convert here. Oh, a fan on the double move. We got... oh, yes, perfect. We got Metcalf. Holds on to it. Was wide open, beating the zone defense. They got a minute remaining. Yeah, we have all our timeouts. No need to rush. Can try a halfback draw. See if Ken Walker can hit another home run. And, ooh, moves over. Ken Walker picking up a couple yards. Rasheem Thurmond injured. We try a bubble screen for JSN. It looks like it's man coverage, so it's probably not going to be there. It's not going to be there. Ken Walker gets brought in. Ooh, my God. Okay, we're bringing in Sheldon Daniels for a gadget play. Make QB run to the right side. Sheldon Daniels almost picks it up. It's going to be 4th and 1 from the 50. Now, Pete Carroll would not go for this. But we are going to go for it. And the real question is just what kind of run do we want to do? We go for a read option. I don't like the way the defense is lining up. Don't like it. I don't like this play. We're going to call timeout. All right. 4th and 1. I like this a lot more. Less linebackers right over the center in the box. This should be a first down conversion. And it's going to be... okay, we're going to call timeout. Just need to get in field goal range. We're at the 48 already. Oh, the box is so light, man. They're daring us to run it, but we can't right now. Oof. I really want to, though. Let's switch up. This looks like it could be cover 2. JSN could be wide open over the middle, but we don't want to make a pre-read decision. It's going to be man coverage. DK catches it and goes down. We're going to use... we're going to probably have to use our timeout. And we're going to do it. We're going to have to kick a long one. All right, 59-yarder. I feel like Myers can make this. Let's see. It might be slightly off. I think he's got the leg to kick a 60-yarder. I don't think the wind is... oh, the wind is going 6 miles against us, though. I think this might be a miss, man. I think it's going to be short. I don't think he has the leg if it's 6 miles the other way. Let's go. Let's try it. Does he have it? It goes through, and we get a walk-off field goal. I didn't think that was going at nearly 60 yards with 6 miles per hour wind going against the kick. Great job by Jason Myers, I guess. I mean, wow. Got some leg. You probably break the record if you got the wind going with you. But Nowak and Gino celebrating the victory. Jair Alexander's not too happy about it. Neither is Kenny Clark. But great performance overall by the whole team, I would say. Defense could have played a little bit better. Offense could have been better in certain situations. I think just, finishing the game out. But Geno with 2 TDs and 1 pick. Low completion percentage, but and not too many yards. But not horrible. Jordan Love, no touchdowns, no picks. Kind of I don't know. I mean, he's got some yards, got a good completion percentage. Ken Walker, again, just like the MVP of the team on offense, really. 17 carries, 110 yards, nearly 6.5 yards per carry, and the 1 touchdown. Kind of, doing way more than both of the Packers running backs combined. I was going to say Kenny McIntosh, having a good game before going out with the injury. Sheldon Daniels coming in for some of those gadget plays. Almost picked up that first down on 3rd down. Wasn't that bad. Kind of like to get him involved every once in a while because he is kind of our more athletic quarterback, along with Shane Kirkland too. And then in the receiving game, DK Metcalf consistently, always getting his 100 yards and 1 TD. That's what he always does. He always gets 100 yards and at least a touchdown. That's just kind of his standard. Tyler Lockett with 2 catches for 26. Ken Walker with the receiving TD as well. Kind of forgot about that. And then JSN, again, trying to get him involved in the offense, but it hasn't been working. And Fant even. Fant, we've really been struggling to get him the ball as well. Only 1 catch off the tight end screen in the first quarter for 1 yard. And then defensively, looking at who led the way, Trenton Simpson with the 1 sack, doing a great job of shadowing Jordan Love when he was trying to scramble. Devin Bush also with a sack off of the blitz that we sent him on. Interceptions, obviously we had none because Jordan Love didn't throw any interceptions. No forced fumbles. And then leading in tackles was Devin Bush and then Trenton Simpson. So our 3 impact players are kind of, Devin Bush, Trenton Simpson, then Christian Patterson. And I'm hoping for more of an impact from Toby Nowak, but we're still not really seeing it on paper. After the game, got some upgrades. Spencer getting an upgrade. He actually didn't get any PT, but we're going to upgrade him as a utility fullback primarily. That's just going to boost his blocking as well anyway. So 1 to impact block, 1 to short route, 3 to awareness, and 1 to carrying. Probably just a star dev. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar dev rookie fullback. Toby Nowak getting an upgrade despite limited success. We're going to boost his power rushing so he's a little bit more balanced. I feel like that could help him potentially. +2 to power moves, +1 to play rec. So his power moves are now at 66, which is still not fantastic. Finesse and block shot are still in an okay spot. Kenyon Porter getting probably his most action he's gotten all season. And we're going to boost him. We don't need to worry about his speed rushing. We're going to boost him as a power rusher. Want to see more sacks translate because he could actually play DN too. That's what he originally was a defensive end when we moved him to D tackle. +2 to power moves, +1 to tackle, +1 to awareness. And he is now up to 78 block shed, 73 power move, and the finesse is okay. Did we get to 150 rushing yards? We didn't, but I'm going to give the credit to the running backs. Ken Walker was magical. He had +3 carry and +3 break tackle for next game. Kind of wishing we would get more for that performance, but that's okay. And we did have the 1 injury to McIntosh, but he's going to be fine. Chandler Jones, though, with a dislocated elbow, he's going to be out for 3 weeks. The only guy in the injury report, though. So I'm pretty happy about that, keeping the injury report pretty clean. But thank you guys so much for watching. We're 3-0 to start the season. Things have been going really well for this team, despite the fact that we may have actually less talent than we did last year. But we just kind of constructed the team and the offensive and defensive playbooks around the personnel. And I think that's helping us a lot. Next week, we play our rematch against the Cardinals after already playing them last week, which is kind of odd. But I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.